Welcome to the 252nd Julian Assange Sydney Town Hall gathering. The control of people involves the use of deception. We resist deception by developing our own thinking independently through open communication of true and useful knowledge. Wars are often started through deception of one form or another. The latest strategy for bringing about wars was unveiled this week with exploding communication devices maiming or killing many people in Lebanon. The government of Israel is automatically assumed to be responsible for this despicable crime against humanity. But we must also consider that a third party may be responsible, or at the very least involved. The parasite class benefits from war because the terror of war is a potent tool for control. We may not know who is directly responsible for the exploding pages and walkie-talkies deployed in Lebanon. But the crime would have taken much planning and great secrecy, and we need to be aware that the mainstream media will always attempt to steer us to conclusions that serve the parasite class rather than serve us. Governments seek to use misinformation and disinformation laws to threaten us with the consequences that might stifle our free speech. To defeat this threat, we must keep bravely speaking the truth. If we lose our voices on social media, we will find other ways to communicate, which is not what the parasite class wants. Social media allows us to be surveilled and manipulated, but our free speech allows us to learn the truth. The parasite class sees the possibility of eliminating free speech so that we can be more easily controlled. But if we continue to speak truth that contradicts what the government wants us to believe, we are asserting our rightful authority over the government. We must continue standing firm and resisting government threats to our inalienable right of freedom of speech. Courage is contagious. The parasite class depends on our disunity, but we undermine the parasite class by being respectful of others, so much so that we can all enjoy free speech. As a journalist, Julian Assange published documents leaked by whistleblowers. It is a lie to suggest that Julian leaked any of the documents he published on the WikiLeaks website. The truth always serves us better than lies. Therefore, we need to always tell the truth and stand firm in our own authority. We will defeat corrupt power if we spread the truth. Absolute unity arises when everyone is aware of the truth. Get with the positive resistance. Get with the Assange movement. Free, free, free the truth. Free, free, free the truth. Free, free, free the truth.
there. So we were just having this little conversation before. Now, to lead in, the Sydney Morning Herald or Fairfax Media Group back in the 80s made most of its money from real estate, the real estate section. It's made so much of its money. Now, if you look at St. Mary's Cathedral, which is the big church here in Sydney for the Catholics, so just across the way here, we have the Anglican Cathedral. Now, these organisations have made a lot of their money on Saturdays, just like the Herald did. Now, what do they make their money from on Saturdays, you may ask? Well, they make their money from weddings, okay? So these weddings have now transferred, not just in Saturday, over to Friday as well, because they've had too many weddings. So we've got Friday weddings all the time now going past us here, not just Saturday, Friday as well. So, you know, it's got busier, more people are getting married, and you can see that it's very clear. So there's something that's happened with the Julian Assange Sydney Town Hall gathering. So our workload has increased. Why has it increased? Because down here below, you can see we have Pardon Assange. That's one campaign. Another campaign over here, we have Free David McBride. There's another campaign, Stand with Mary Kostakidis, because she's had problems. She is interested in the Palestinian movement, and social media has gotten in trouble with one of the Israeli groups, and they're complaining about her, and it's a big fight which is going on, and it's against freedom of speech, what's been happening to her. Now over here we have Free Dan Duggan. Dan Duggan is suffering similar things to what Julian Assange suffered. Now, if you consider Julian Assange being attacked by the US Espionage Act, so too is Dan Duggan being attacked by the Espionage Act in the US. Now, we need to help Dan Duggan. Now, over here we see another person. We see Richard Boyle. Richard Boyle is an ATO whistleblower. Now, Richard Boyle is in trouble too, because he's been a whistleblower and given us information about what the tax department has done. Now, all of these people need our help. So it's a bit like the extra weddings that we have now here on Friday nights. The workload is increasing. So the workload is increasing, and all these people are trying to help. The problem is we have less people to help us, so we need more people to come along on Friday nights and help us give out leaflets regarding all of these people. It's really important, and we'd love to see you here on Friday night. Just hold on one second. Here it is. The Julian Assange Sydney Town Hall gathering every Friday from 5 to 7 p.m. in summer, which we're about to start again with daylight savings, or 4 till 6, which is what we're doing at the moment in the winter months, or the non-daylight saving months, and we're doing this until the truth is free. So I think on the second Friday of October, I think it's about the 11th of October.
Correct.
That's when we are back to daylight saving. It's 5 till 7, then at the moment it's till 4 till 6. So we need people here every Friday night to help us give out information and talk about people such as, as we say, David McBride, Mary Kostakidis, Dan Duggan, and Richard Boyle. These are the leaflets, here they are. This is really important, free David McBride and the press and whistleblowers, which includes most of these people.
Yeah, okay, what else have you got there? What other brochures have you got there?
Okay, so we have one which is the important actions. One of them is the Pardon Assange campaign. Another is fundraisers, Dan Duggan, Richard Boyle and David McBride. We can see them there. There's another leaflet that someone has written. Joe Laurier wrote an article about Julian, how Julian says he broke the law, but the law is wrong. We've got our original Assange leaflet here too, so we've got it all happening.
We are all Assange.